Hello everybody, it's Brian Trow. I'm coming to you with the Mossy Creek Fly Fishing forecast. The date is November 2nd. And it definitely feels like November out there. We had a really big cold front come through. Really high winds the last 24 hours. Folks were struggling casting a little bit yesterday as well as today. Things should be calming down soon though. Big cold front pushed through. Since I checked in with you all last, we had a hurricane come through, or the remnants of it, Zeta, and most of the parts of the Western Virginia got close to 2 inches of rain. Some places got more. So we really got a good slug of water. A lot of streams really needed it. It'll help out. Flushed a lot of the leaves out. The leaves have really been coming down, especially with the wind. They can be troublesome on some of the streams, but I think a lot of these streams are getting flushed out pretty well, and we shouldn't have to deal with the leaves too much longer. So hope everybody had a good Halloween and you're excited about some fishing here in November. Just like before, the brook trout streams, we're not going to hit on them too much just because the brook trout are spawning. We've had reports from all over the state, from the east slope streams in the park to our west to Dry River, of fish on their reds. So we're just going to leave them alone, let them do their thing. Hopefully a little extra water gave them the oxygen and habitat they needed to get off a successful spawn. So steer clear of those. The larger rivers, the James and Shenandoah, they got a really big bump. Shenandoah went up to like 4,000. So it's coming down slowly. We're trying to get back out there and do some musky fishing. Water temperatures are good, leaves are pushing, but river's still a little bit big. Hopefully the next few days we'll be back out. So that leads us to the forecast. It looks like it's gonna be a beautiful week. I saw highs in the 60s, maybe even hitting 70 by Friday, and just sunny and nice. So beautiful fall weather coming up for the next 5 or 6 days or so. So a good time to get out and do some fishing. Not a whole lot to update you on the stocking since last go around. A few more lakes and ponds. A couple places in Southwest Virginia and other parts of the state got stocked, but we're kind of on the same plan as we were last report. There's been some good reports coming out of places like Beaver Creek, not too far from Harrisonburg. So if you are able to get a permit to fish that, it's an amazing stream. If you're not familiar with it, check it out on our website. It kind of gives you the information on the little hoops you got to jump through to try and get on that stream. Buffalo Creek down near Lexington, another spring creek, has been fishing quite well. We've had some good reports from down there. So those are the types of places you want to focus on. The spring creeks are always going to have modified water. So when we have these really cold nights, the spring creeks don't chill down quite so much as the other streams. Mossy's still fishing okay. Like I said last week, some of those browns are paired up. That'll last for probably another week or two. Usually around like the middle of November is when those fish come off their nests, and when they do, they're hungry, right? They've been lacking a lot of nutrition. The hens have been producing egg, the males have been guarding nests, and so when they come off really hungry. Not uncommon for there to be really good streamer fishing right when those brown trout move back out and are looking for food. So big streamers and such like that usually will move a fish that's been paired up and not eating properly. So that's a bit on the spring creeks. There are still some bugs around. We had some calmer overcast days in the last week or so, and the blue-wing olives were hatching and the fish were actually eating them. So still some late fall caddis out and about. But for the most part, a lot of your trout fishing over the next week or so is going to start being subsurface. Get your tungsten head jig nymphs out. Get your attractor jigs out. Certainly if you're going to some stock streams, those have been fishing quite well. Enjoy these 60 and 70 degree days because they're not going to last. Now that we've fallen back, it kind of changes that dynamic a little bit. You got to get off the water earlier just because it's getting dark like 6:30 now. So kind of changes the time frame a little bit. Days are going to keep getting shorter. The window for when the trout really feed hard gets smaller as it gets colder. So if you only have 2 or 3 hours to fish for the day, try and target those afternoon hours. They certainly ramp up with their metabolism and their willingness to go feed. That's when you see more bug life around too. There are a few terrestrials still out, even though we've gotten down, 29, 30 degrees several times now. Those bugs are pretty hardy. They take a really good cold zap to kind of get rid of them. So I was out mowing this morning and saw grasshoppers warming up and waking up. So anyway, you can still catch one on a big bug on top until probably our first 25, 26 degree night, and then it's going to zap those guys. So anyway, as always, check in with us if you need any information, places to go, up-to-date fishing reports. You can email us, you can call the shop, or you can stop by, which we love. So anyway, until next week, thanks for checking in. Bye.